Hello everyone, this is Shinoj here, and in this video we are going to discuss about the types of questions that can come for reading IELTS test, right? So for me, I've written almost 15 types of questions that are usually come in IELTS reading test. Not all together will come in one test in one passage, but you have to be familiar with. So maybe once you do 4 or 5 such reading practice tests, you will definitely come across all the different types of. And before that, I just want to give you some idea about what are the tactics, and then how can you easily find out the answers for all these questions, right? Okay, so let me first read it out, all the 14-15 types of questions, and then later we discuss something, right? So the first one is matching headings, matching paragraph information, and then matching sentence endings, and diagram completion, also flowchart completion, and table completion, choosing a title, categorization questions, and then later like true or false or not given, yes or no or not given. Actually these both are almost the same, but I've written it separate. And then summary completion, sentence completion, multiple choice questions, and list selection, and short answer questions, right? So I've segregated it in 3 different parts. There is a reason actually. Let me tell you. See, there are 5 types of questions which are actually written separate in the beginning. The reason behind is actually, the answers to these types of questions are not in order. These answers are not always given in order. This is something that you want to remember. Not in order in the sense, when you read a passage, imagine this is a paragraph, and then you may get the answer to the first question here, and then maybe 2 here, 3 here, and then 4 maybe again in the first line. So if it's the entire passage, maybe you get the answer to the first question at the end of the passage, maybe in the last paragraph, and then answer to the 5th one maybe in the first paragraph or in the first line of a passage. So remember, for matching headings, matching paragraph, and then matching sentence, or even diagram completion and then flowchart completion, the answers are not given in order, right? So this is something, so that once you have the idea that okay, I have to search everywhere, and you have to really skim read and then scan, maybe spot the answers, and then later find out the answers. Okay, read the before and after lines once you spot the answers, right? So remember, that's what you're going to do. And there are 3 again written separate. So this is another different type, like table completion. See, the answers are not in order most likely, and though this is the case, the answer is actually given in a specific part. That means, if you take a whole passage, there can be 5 or 6 paragraphs, but for table completion, most likely the answers are in 1 paragraph or maybe in 2 paragraphs, but together that is given, like it's in a specific part, so that you don't want to read the entire passage or paragraph, right? So remember, for once it's table completion, you just want to maybe find out the keyword in the question and then search for that keyword or the synonym of it in the passage, and then later find out the answers. Read maybe the before paragraph and then after paragraph, so that it can really help you in answering table completion questions, right? You don't want to read the entire passage for answering these type of questions, right? So the next one is actually choosing a title and then categorization questions. So choosing a title for a paragraph, no point in discussing if the answers are in order, because that's actually a title for the paragraph, and then again categorizing the paragraph, right? So we finished almost 8 here. Now there are 8 types of questions, and going to the 9th one, true or false or not given, and then yes or no or not given. These are actually similar kind of questions, but you can't write true for yes or no questions and then no for true or false question. That means once the question asks you to state whether true, false or not given, you have to write true or false. You can't really write yes or no for that. And most of the time, many people miss that. They just write yes or no for true or false and then gone. right? Remember that, right? So the next one, summary completion, and then sentence completion, multiple choice questions, and list selection. Also short answer questions. So for these questions, the beauty is actually you don't actually want to, the answers are always in order. I just kept the space for me to write that later in between the video, right? So for these 7 types, right, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 types of questions, we'll have the answers in order. I've actually made a graph for that. I didn't want to write it, so that I just made a plan to explain how does it work. So remember, imagine that this is a paragraph from here to here. It's a paragraph, and once you read, you will get answer to question 1 here in the first line, and maybe answer to question number 2 here, and you don't get 3 in between, but you got 4 here because you know the question, and then this is the answer to question 4. And remember, you don't want to search for the answer for third question somewhere after 3 or before 2. Definitely that answer to question 3 is lying somewhere in between 2 and 4, right? This is very clear, and I don't say it's 100%, but almost, 95%, almost most of the time the answers are given in between. Answers are in order, and 1 2 3 4, they don't go for 1 2 4 and 3, right, for these types of questions. So you have to really keep in mind that there are 15 types. Let's say it's 14, but I have written these two separate, and for me now here there are 15 types, and then these 7 types of questions will have answers in order, and these 5 types will not have it in order. And though this is not in order, this is going to be in a specific part of a passage, and then choosing a title and then categorization questions will have something to do with the paragraph, right? And I'll let you have a glance on the questions, the types of questions once again, right? And I hope that it really helped you. Like those who are going for IELTS or reading test can really depend, could be a helpful tip for you, right? And please subscribe our channel. There are more videos coming, and also click the bell icon so that you will be updated with the next videos, and then you will get the notifications. Thank you. Bye.